Did you know that you have four sources of energy and fuel, and that energy management isn't just about managing your physical energy? This is what we're going to dive into today. So, welcome back to this video series on the power of managing your energy instead of your time. Now, last week we talked about what energy management means and why energy management is more effective than time management. So, if you missed that video, be sure to check it out. Before we can talk about how to manage your energy, we need to discuss the sources of your energy. Where does energy come from? Now, this question leads to a lot of different viewpoints. So, today I'm going to share my viewpoints based on 2 decades of working with thousands of people and many, many years of research and education. Okay, let's dive in. Now, in my experience, there are four areas of energy that we have to look at: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Now, each of these areas has a different quality, but they all affect your overall capacity. Now, you can't compartmentalize your energy. So, if you deplete your emotional energy, you affect your overall capacity, and your physical and mental capacity suffers as well. But the opposite is also true. So, expanding your capacity in one area expands your capacity in all areas. So let's talk about the different qualities of each area. So, physical energy is your most fundamental source of energy. As humans, our physical bodies are engines for converting, producing, and utilizing energy. This is one of the reasons I'm such a big advocate for starting any stress management or mental health program with the basics: proper nutrition, sleep, movement, adequate sun, and fresh air. Now, getting into the details of these could be a book in and of itself, but let me just say that of all of these, adequate sleep is a huge piece of energy management. It is also key for stress reduction, improved mental and physical health, and nervous system regulation. So, if you struggle with good sleep, this is the first area to handle. Now, I will add that giving your body adequate fuel for energy conversion is also key. Now, I know this goes against many current viewpoints on health, but after spending a lot of time with the science for myself and my clients, giving your body adequate carbohydrates is important. Now, I'm not talking about pasta, bread, and donuts, right? I'm talking about whole fruits, root vegetables, and even dairy products if your body can handle it. It isn't just about how much fuel you give your body. It is also about ensuring that your body is adequately converting food into energy. Now, this is where gut health, improvement in the functioning of your liver, and hormone rebalancing comes into play. Now, I know nutrition can be complicated and it's really unique to your body, but diving into this area is important for energy management. So, in the physical realm, energy comes from nutrition, sleep, and self-care. Now, let's talk about emotional energy. Emotional energy is determined by your emotions and your emotional health. Have you ever noticed how when you're happy and hopeful, you have more energy, but when you're stressed and worried, you have less energy? And in fact, one study done with experts in sport medicine, nutrition, and endocrinology, they asked the question, how much energy does the typical person get from physical sources versus emotional sources? The result? Only 30% comes from physical energy, the other 70% from purely emotional energy. Now, this study didn't include mental and spiritual, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but it is amazing how much of our energy is determined by the quality of our emotions. Emotional energy is driven by how you feel. It is the realm of desire and motivation. It is also the realm of connection, love, and relationships. So some of the things that can deplete your capacity in the emotional arena is toxic relationships, worry and stress, doing what you should do instead of what you want to do, or not being able to be yourself at home or at work. Emotions vibrate at different frequencies and have the power to expand or contract your energy. There have been a lot of studies done on the physical vibration of emotions and how they affect your life experiences, your relationships, and even the microscopic structures of water. Now, in general, the more positive your emotions, the more it expands your capacity. The more negative the emotions, the more it contracts your capacity. When I'm working with my clients in my energy and performance coaching program, in addition to looking at the quality of their emotions, I also look to tap into their well of emotional energy, which is often found in their real desires and innate motivation. We don't often recognize the power of desire, but your true desires have a lot of energy in them. And when you access them, you open yourself to a well of emotional energy. Okay, so let's talk about mental energy. Mental energy is about how much capacity you have to focus and the quality of your attention. Now, mental energy allows you to sustain attention, to stay focused, and to perform cognitive tasks. It also is the realm of focused creativity, innovation, and inspiration. So when you have a depleted capacity for mental energy, you might feel foggy, distracted, or incapable of focusing your attention. Mental energy is required for making decisions and problem solving. It uses the parts of your brain and nervous system that think clearly and strategically. But mental energy is also involved in your creative focus. So, where does mental energy come from? Well, like all our energy, to some degree, it comes from the food you eat, i.e., your fuel. But it also relates a lot to how your nervous system is functioning. Now, when your nervous system is dysregulated, it means your conscious brain and your ability to focus are offline. When you are dysregulated, your unconscious and automatic systems take over, and your body and brain focus on survival. Now, this depletes a lot of your energy and your body's fuel. On the other hand, when your nervous system is regulated, you have more mental clarity and focus. In other words, more mental energy. Now, I have a lot of videos in education around regulating your nervous system. So if this is an area you are not familiar with, be sure to check those out on my website or profile. Now, the ability to have usable power to mentally focus also comes from how you use your attention. Now, I've spent many decades working with my clients around their attention. Your attention is like a muscle. The more you use it deliberately, the stronger it gets. Deliberately focusing your attention versus getting your attention pulled by others or subconsciously has a really powerful effect on your mental energy. You can think of like mindfulness is rooted in how you're using your attention. Okay, so let's dive into the fourth area, spiritual energy. Now, spiritual energy is generated from your essence and inner self, but is connected to something bigger than yourself. Let me start by saying that spiritual energy is not religious. It is not about following something outside of yourself, but about following what is inside of yourself. It is the part of you that is fueled by your values and what truly matters to you. It is your unique wisdom. Now, in my experience, it's also part of your energy system that is connected to something bigger than yourself. So, this could be a spiritual community, it could be nature, it could be an organization or cause you care about, or it could be a commitment to your family. What connects you to something bigger than yourself is defined by you. Now, spiritual energy is expanded when you're being true to yourself and your values, and when you honestly feel connected to something bigger than yourself. Spiritual energy is depleted when you're not being true to yourself and your values, or when you have lost a feeling of connectedness. Now, effective energy management requires us to care for all four of these areas of energy. Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual energy might have different characteristics, but they are intricately woven together. Ineffectively managing energy in one area will affect every other area. So, here are a few tips to increase energy in each area and expand your capacity as a whole. So, for more physical energy, get more sleep and give your body enough fuel. For more emotional energy, you can start a gratitude journal, find micro moments of joy, or commit to taking 30 minutes for pure pleasure each and every day. Now, these emotions, gratitude, joy, and pleasure, they all have really high vibrations and they produce more emotional energy. And then for mental energy, learn to regulate your nervous system and practice deliberately strengthening your attention muscle with mindfulness techniques. For more spiritual energy, you can ask yourself a few of these questions. Are you currently operating in alignment with your values? How could you operate more in alignment with your values? What small tweak could you make? What makes you feel connected to something bigger than yourself? How can you incorporate rituals into your day that help you feel more connected? Now, understanding the sources of energy is foundational to energy management. Next week, we're going to talk about your unique energy blueprint. This is one of my favorite topics within this bigger topic. We will also talk about how your energy blueprint is connected to stress relief, optimal performance, and time. Now, let me leave you with a question this week. Which of these 4 areas of sources of energy are you most depleted in right now? And what is the one thing you can do this week to expand your energy in this area? Have a great week.